You are about to listen to a revised group coaching session in my beautiful, gorgeous, amazing, perfect program, Hybrid Hub. It is a combination of a course and a group coaching program and community for hybrid photographers and videographers to scale their business. The snippets you'll hear in this podcast are hopefully valuable, but they don't show how supportive and funny and smart and beautiful, gorgeous, Larry's perfect the members of Hybrid Hub actually are during these calls. If at any point you're like, oh my God, I have to join Hybrid Hub, I have to get in this room, I totally get it. So you can either book a free one-on-one strategy call to see what your next steps are for scaling your photo video business, or just join at the link below. I want to make sure that Hybrid Hub is the right fit for you, so I highly encourage the one-on-one call. But with that said, let's get right into the episode. Hello. I won't pick on you right away. I want you to get a feel for how these calls work. But basically, I ramble for 3 to 5 minutes, try to be gorgeous and inspirational. I kind of gave this morning all I have, to be honest. I was really on one. I had notes prepared. I was giving a real seminar. But with that said, I have been thinking of you all today. Because especially after an intense morning where I'm asking a lot of you, I have to think that we all leave that sort of meeting with feelings. And that it can seem like the to-do list is so massive and everything seems urgent and like it's priority and you don't know where to start. Those dogs are gorgeous, Brianna. Can't help but get distracted by them. I love
I'm
them.
sorry. They have the zoomies. They just had baths. Like, there's no controlling it right now.
Oh my God, I bribed my kids. They're watching Spidey and His Amazing Friends. They're eating fast food, Panda Express, if you're wondering.
We love
And they're
it.
happy as clay. I bribed them as like, if you're quiet during this call, you can go to basketball practice tomorrow and you can have ice cream. Yay, Mom of the Year. Um, with all of this said, I throw a lot at you guys. Like there's to-do list after to-do list, and you're wondering like what is the most like important thing I should be tackling first. And so where I want to go with our pre-talk today is figuring out the difference between urgent and most important. Urgent things come at us all the time, every single day. It's shiny object syndrome. It's like, oh no, this email came in, so I need to respond immediately. I need to check in with my social media post and see how many likes I got. It's, oh, a client texted me, so I better like take care of that right away. And it's even like we tend to procrastinate by editing, which I kind of honed in on that a little bit this morning, got a little bit mean about it. But the thing that I want to hammer into all of our heads, hello, Gabby, is that urgent will always be there. There's always going to be things every single day that we think, oh, this is a fire I have to put out right away. It's an emergency. And so the important things keep getting kicked down the road. The things that will help us rank in search, the things that will help us book those higher quality clients, those things that are going to help us move our business forward keep getting kicked down the road because we're prioritizing the things that feel like an emergency, even though they might not be as important as those other things. This member of Hybrid Hub feels a little hesitant about pushing updated packages and is also hesitant about making every caption search engine optimized. And you're great at pretty marketing. Like
Mhm.
I was thinking of this on my drive too. Those who came to Montana last year for the retreat, Tiffany and Gabby, you understand my life a little better. I drove a total of 2.5 hours for my esthetician appointment today. Everything's so spread out here. But I was thinking about you in the car where I was like, how can we get Emily to a place where it's not like completely abandoning what you're doing that's working, but you're also implementing what I'm telling you to do that's maybe a little more uncomfortable? Because,
Mhm.
like, I liked what you were doing. Like, I think you're really consistent. I think you show up and it sounds like you, and it's like a good representation of what the client will eventually get. I
Mhm.
just want to add the weird shit and the nerdy shit that I'm asking you to do and make
Yeah.
them work together somehow. And one thing I came up with, this is not revolutionary, but like even if it would make you more consistent and faster with the SEO friendly captions to just throw up and not think about it, let them get posted And then a few hours later, if they're working really well, change the cover image so that it matches your grid. And if they're not working, just remove it from your main grid. Does that feel
Hmm.
good?
Yeah, that feels good. I think also part of me is like wanting to like do a complete shift and be like, okay, now all my content I want to be SEO and maybe I'll just like start off doing like one or two a week instead of all of them just to get
Yeah.
used to like actually making them and then I'll just get faster.
I know you'll get faster because like the SEO stuff, we're only doing once a month.
Hmm.
Like those captions are done. And then just once a week when you're making your content, I don't even care if like you decide you want like a super aesthetic crested butte promo, and you're like sticking an SEO caption about a private chef. Like
Hmm.
it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
think I've
elope in
like
Crested Butte is the hook on the video, and then the actual caption's like about hiring a private chef for your elopement. Like they work together.
right. Yeah, that's super true.
Like it doesn't actually matter that much. Um, okay, I think you're doing great, and I just want you to know, like, I am hearing you when you do have a little hesitancy, because like there's a difference between that and in some areas where some students are like making excuses, but like they've never taken action. You're just a little hesitant, but I know you'll implement and find out what works for you,
Yeah, I
you
think it's
know?
just hesitancy because it's different than what I've been doing. So,
Totally. Which is why you're here.
exactly.
Okay, I love it. This photographer feels scattered with a ton of stuff to do and is just trying to grow the business. Okay, great. I'm going to paint a vision of where you're going in the program super quick, because I have a bit of background on the work you've been doing and you're doing a lot of the right things. And so I want you to not pump the brakes on advertising and setting up shoots and looking really busy. That is going right. The where I want you to go is the next thing you have to do in the program is did you watch the lesson about the 5 clips that
Yes,
you
yes,
the
I
video
did. And I
clips?
found
Okay,
that
great.
really, really helpful because I've been like struggling with storytelling and I'm like,
Totally.
wait, this is perfect. Totally,
Do
absolutely
you
perfect.
see the 5 clips in your wedding
Yep,
video?
yep,
Okay, great.
yep,
Okay, great. It's not as applicable because I didn't take photos at your wedding, but like same, but different.
yep,
And like the photographer was great, but just shot wide the entire time, so
yep,
it was a little harder to
yep,
get all the
yep,
5 clips. Um, but so where you're at now is you're going to take one of those shoots that you took on Super 8 and you're going to upload it to Dropbox or something, post a link so I can review that footage. And when you post that link, I want a reflection on how shooting it was. And just say like if you feel like you got all the 5 clips and which ones you didn't get and what you'll do next time. It'll be organic. You don't have to answer specific questions. Just talk to me about the clips.
okay,
I'm gonna look through that footage and then you're gonna edit it in phase 2. So
okay,
like we do nothing in this program that isn't applicable to your actual business. You want to edit this footage anyway, right?
yes, yep,
Okay. And then after you get through the editing phase, which also includes clipping out for social media, which will help
okay,
you later, you'll get to phase 3, which then that is where you will really focus on your offer and pricing, and then positioning that offer and making it visible all over your socials, your pricing guide, your website.
okay,
And you get approved at every step of the way. There's homework for everything.
okay,
Phase 4, we're kind of doing together this month, but then when you catch up to that point in the program, you're going to do it on your own as well. So it's super specific. That's marketing.
okay,
So whole marketing system will push that offer you created in a systemized way. Then in phase 5, sometimes you'll hear in these calls, whenever you make it to a call, I have people skip ahead to phase 5 if they have a consultation call because it's all about sales. So like I'm guiding you through the program, but it's everything you're wanting to do in your business, very in order in a scaffolded way. Sound good?
yes, absolutely.
So you will know how to price, you're going to know how to sell it. Your big boy package is going to have to go way up because I believe it's 5 and includes like literally
All
everything in
kinds
an
of
officiant.
stuff.
And yeah, no, we're not doing that anymore. And then once it's more expensive, it will be easier to book.
Okay,
Yeah. Okay, sick. This photographer is adding video, but has a question about how long I'm filming each clip and also engaging in more dynamic storytelling with Super 8, especially when you only have so much time you can shoot per roll. Minutes, isn't it?
3.5 minutes.
3.5 minutes. Okay. I'm just thinking the only not the only Super 8, but most of the Super 8 I've edited is Devin just sending me the literal links from her Pro Millimeter shit. So I'm just dragging it into Premiere and pulling a Gabby and just cutting it like crazy and rearranging
Yeah.
it. So I'm like, 5-ish minutes is about what that is. Okay. So a roll is 3.5 minutes, but your total footage is 27 seconds.
No, I like clipped out clips of like
Right.
this is a long shot and like this is. So I have a bunch of footage,
You
but my
clipped these out
actual
just
five
to do
clips.
your homework.
Yes.
Okay,
I
that's
have
fine.
like 17 minutes of footage. So I can just use more, but I was just curious generally for like how if I'm like for like a continuous shot. I have some like pretty long ones of them like walking down the aisle or like the first look with her dad and stuff like that. But otherwise, I usually keep my clips to like no more than like 5 seconds at most, honestly.
Yeah.
It
So
goes so fast.
5 seconds is what I teach for digital hybrid shooting. I
Okay.
say 5 to 8 seconds minimum for Super 8 just because you lose some time with that frame rate being 18 frames per second.
Mm.
It's mathy. Like, don't overthink what I just said. But like, if you're counting to five, it ends up being less than 5 seconds of a clip just because it's like
Yeah.
less frames.
Yeah.
So like 5 to 8 seconds is great, but like if you're in a moment and it's a great long shot, I think like having variety is great. Having a dynamic video is great.
Okay.
Anything you can do to like reset attention or like something's like going at the same cadence for a while and then you reset their attention with something else. I think that's great storytelling. And it's something we think about later too when we're like faster.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I just like I love talking about this stuff and nerding about it because I really care about it. And I do love my craft, even though sometimes I like get really dark and factory like when I'm talking about it just to get you guys to take action. I do really like the art of videography, but like get in factory mode until you're fast and then be creative.
Hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Um, okay, you're doing great. Yeah, I'm gonna re-edit the 5 clips homework section because everyone's interpreting that differently and getting stuck. I don't actually care. I just want to see that you know what the 5 clips are and that you have footage you can edit in phase
That we
two.
can like
Yeah,
use. Okay.
yeah,
Okay, cool. I'm probably
yeah.
just gonna pull in more stuff. So,
Awesome. Yeah. This photographer asked if I deliver raw moments that I put on social media or if she should deliver the cute aesthetic clips that she's making. Her mindset is like, hey, I have a bunch of social media edits. Here they are. There's no right answer. It's a yes and.
Okay.
Yeah, here's what I personally started doing because I got more into clipping, especially for planners, because planners love that shit and delivering to vendors. Um, I try to do a really quick like pull after the highlight film is done. So export the highlight film, create a ton of vertical sequences, and just start pulling clips and then exporting them one by one, just like I teach in that lesson.
Hmm.
And then I label them with who the vendor is and then put them in a Dropbox folder and just send it to the planner to send to all the vendors.
Okay, cool.
Um, as far as like feeling beholden to send it to a client, if the client would be into it, send it. And if they're not, like, don't feel like you have to. Like, your obligation is to the deliverables that you put in the contract.
Okay, yeah.
And if you're like Kaylee and you ask for it when they ask for it when you're super busy, you just charge them and then you do it.
Great.
Um, yeah, I think that's lovely though. I always err on the side of just delivering everything I have, you
Mhm.
know. But if you're not doing it right away, if you're clipping these out a year later and you're like wondering about tagging everybody, I'm not that intense.
Okay,
Like,
yeah.
I'm just not. I usually do for like 6 to 12 months and then I quit bugging vendors with my notifications.
Right. Okay, cool. Because I was
Um,
like asking a couple different videographers on like what they did and also with like sharing raw files on like hard drives and stuff, just like to know what different people are doing. Um, yeah, anyways.
I just call it the asshole rule. Like, just do your best to, if someone asks you something and it's an easy yes, just say yes.
Yeah. I
Like,
figured,
and
yeah, after the
yeah,
fact.
yeah. I I really like the vendor thing though. I did it a few times just with my bougier weddings and planners really loved it.
That's a
Um,
good idea.
Yeah, because I was already doing it with my iPhone stuff, just sending it the night of to everyone who would want it. But then I
Hmm.
was like, these clips are great. Why would a vendor not want these? And they feel super served by you.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, cool.
Okay, it's been a long day, already a long week. I've asked you to do so much, but you all are taking such amazing action, and I'm truly proud of all of you. Keep posting in Hybrid Hub, keep up with your marketing. Okay, so I'm so excited to see you all tomorrow. Don't be shy about DMing me, and I'll see you inside the program too. All right, have a good night, guys. And that is it for today, friend. Be sure to leave a review and screenshot that review and send it to me at Hybrid Hangout. I'd also love to see the episodes you're loving in your stories so I can share and say hey and thanks for listening. Basically, I just want to be friends. I will see you soon. Beautiful, gorgeous, perfect raccoon with a camera. Let's hang out.